Babongile say asked you, would you ever write a children's book?
I don't know. I never thought I would, but now my sister has triplets who are like they just turned 5, and they are just so cute. And I think they are starving for stories that that they can relate to. You know, it's mostly the stories that you get are of princesses, and these princesses are blue-eyed and blonde.
Yes.
And a friend of mine from Arts and Culture, Temba Mabaso, writes children's books in Zulu.
Oh wow!
So he gave me some books, and I read. You know that. It's an old story, but I think he's just given it a modern kick of Nogwaja.
Yes, I heard about that.
And then Nogwaja runs away. So when I read to them, their eyes are just this big. They're saying, read for auntie, read for us, auntie. So I'm like, yeah, maybe at some point I will, because now it's affecting me. I don't have children, but now seeing from their eyes, like I'm their auntie, and I can see that it would be nice for them to read stories that
like a true
because it's like this is where they start formulating ideas, and if they formulate dangerous ideas of being a princess who falls asleep and wakes up because the prince in shining armor is there, it's not what I want my nieces to be reading. So I think there should be more actually of us writing for children. So maybe one day, I don't know.
No, wait for that one. And then she also asked you, who are your top 5 South African authors?
That's an interesting one. I think I like Mandlalanga. He really he gives me an idea of what used to happen for people who were in exile. Just his books are just very, they have that thing that gives you an idea. Ellen Kuzwai. Okay, let's see the third one. I think on the current writers, definitely your book, to all the black women. And I'm not just saying it because you're interviewing me, but it really just, there are parts there where you just want to scream. When no one is listening, it's like, why is no one listening until someone has to die before, people wake up. That was amazing. I think Angela McCall was, she has a style, and it's very sort of, it's a variety. Like there's a thriller, crime thriller, there's just a girly story, that kind of. I just like how her imagination is just very, very interesting. I really enjoyed that one, and I think I enjoyed Tando Nkolosana, the first book, A Man Who's Not a Man. Because I don't think we hear too many stories, like masculine stories, and how men, what men have to go through to get to that rite of passage. And basically he wrote about something that's sacred, that they hold very sacred. And I think he got into a lot of trouble with it. But it's like one of those stories where you need brave people who come out of the box and do.
He didn't reveal any secrets.
Well, he didn't, but you sort of get to understand what they go through. So that was interesting. How many? 5.
Yes.
How many? Is it 5?
It's 5.
Okay.
We're good, thanks.
It's 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Tseko asked you, do you think black people read?
I do. I don't think this thing of saying black people don't read
It's not true.
It's not true. I think people, like what I was explaining, and I learned this when I was working as a journalist, is that one paper gets bought, right? So it doesn't translate into sales, but you get that one book gets bought and it's read by 10 other people.
Exactly.
And that's just in our nature, I guess, and also the issue of economy.
Yes, I think it's an economic.
I mean, if you have to choose between buying a book and buying bread for your children, of course you're going to buy bread, and you can't accuse people of not reading just because they're not buying your book, kind of thing. It's like you have to understand where the situation is. Do I think we're reading at the level that we should be? I don't think so. I think there's a large part of our society that doesn't read, and part of it is because there's no time and part of it because people are so preoccupied by survival.
Yeah.
You know, it's like where do I get the next meal? You know, like if you're in that situation, for some people it's like, really, do you think I have the luxury of sitting and spending hours of reading? No. But yeah, people, I think they read, but it won't translate into sales. And I'm at peace with that.
Look at Daily Sun. People do read.
Yeah, but it's 1 rand.
Yeah, but that 1 rand shows you like that people
are hungry for something.
Yeah, it's just that books are really, really expensive. Yeah, and then he asked another question that I don't know if I should ask you.
No, please do. I'm curious.
He said, do you think that literature is given attention by government and the private sector?
Why don't you want to ask me that question? Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier on. I don't think there's a huge buy-in in government around the issue of literature, and I think it's sad. I think we should be. I think we should have a situation. I mean, okay, let me just make an example. In France, if you're an artist, a musician, a writer, or what, you have a stipend every month. You earn a stipend every month. Whether you've written, whether you've acted, whether you've produced a song, or what, there's a stipend for artists.
To survive.
I'm not saying we should have a stipend, but I'm just saying there should be more that is. I mean, I think if I were to rate it between 100%, I think we're sitting right at 25% maybe. I mean, there was a time where we had Siphiwe Mahala at DAC, and I think he was really trying. Like he got writers to go to different festivals. Like when there's a World Book Day or National Book Day, but still, I don't think I don't think we're doing enough. And private sector, I mean, they try to pretend like they are holier than thou, but I also don't see them doing anything around the issue of reading and literature. So no, to be honest with you, no, I don't think much is being done. I'm not calling for writers to become famous, because that just gets into people's heads and they sometimes become stupid with it. But I think it is for the young ones. It's really very important that books are being read.
Because I remember the first time I held my first, I literally read a story from beginning to end. You know, that thing, that shift in your mind is an amazing thing. So if we can't give,
there's that kick where you just, I want to see what happens at the end. What happens to this character? Then you realize I'm hooked. After you do that, you get to that point of reading it from first to end. You hooked because you want to.
So if we can't,
I'm lucky. I mean, my parents are not the most educated types, but they've always loved reading. There's always been a book in the house, and so from like a young age, I learned that reading is important. So I'm glad with that. So maybe before like everything else, we take it to government. It also goes to families, to your parents, teaching you how to read. So also parents have to take a bit of responsibility. Older sisters have to take responsibility. Just adults who love reading have to take responsibility to.
Maybe we should all start a movement. There's that thing. There's a girl child working. That thing where you take a girl child to work. Maybe we should all start give a child a book.
Before I paint everyone with one brush, there's people like Eleanor Sisulu, who's trying with the Nalibali.
Oh yes,
what's the other? There's Nalibali and Funza.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are attempts happening, but they're very sort of
small.
in the margins almost.
Because I know Funza has that internet thing where you go and you can read stories.
Which is a good idea. But then, how many of if we want to reach like maximum reach, internet is not the way. Actually, internet is for the privileged. Few.
Yes. Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.